What's up, everybody? Look at this chooch. He goes like mute his mic. Like
I had it playing on my screen right here, and I was jamming out, bro. Jamming out, dude. I love that song. Cheers, everybody. Welcome to Sippin' with Serpents, episode 32. We got Tristan. I'm not going to try to say the last name because I don't want to fuck it up, but we will let him do it when it comes up in a minute. You know what I'm saying? He's an awesome dude. He's got some cool ass animals, and he does some cool outreach stuff, man. We get into all that. Justin, how you doing?
No Saturday, homie. Can't complain at all. Clean some snake poopy, some rat poopy. You know.
Oh, that's lovely.
Got rid of some rats.
Lovely. Well, I got a couple things I need to shout out really fast, and then we're going to get into it and bring up. And I just want to tell everybody. Go to www.gapsecosys.org, that is org, for your substrate needs. Use discount code TRIP5 for 5% off of your order. Tell them the Sippin' with Serpents show sent you. And I have a cool
smile with a big gap in my teeth, just like
I got it.
Should I say like this way?
I don't give a fuck. I got a cool announcement, though, for people in the Pomona, California area. If you see this lovely stand right here, it's Jamie at Professor's Pythons, okay? The show is being held at the Fairplex in Pomona, California. It's the Reptile Super Show. It already was today, so if you were there today, you can't use this. Sorry. But if you go tomorrow, you can. You need to go to the spot. What is it? 31 is her spot. She's right by the hot dog on a stick guy. You sipping with your purchase, and you'll get 20% off.
And you can get some Lizzie's right next to her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can go there at spot 31, get your 20% off by using the code word sipping, and then you can use that money and get you some glizzies on a sticky.
You know what I'm saying?
Know what I'm saying? And I also got one more thing that I kind of need to tell everybody about. We got Husbandry Pro. So that's RWO HP 60. 60 days.
Come on, use that code RWHP60. Get 60 days on us.
Yeah, man. Why not try it out? It's pretty freaking
all
cool.
Your husbandry needs, man. It's got all the shit.
I got a mail call, man. I got some mail. It's pretty awesome. This is from Rivens Forge Clown Factory. This is G Paul. Okay. Sent me some stickers.
Come on.
Thank you better. I appreciate that, G Paul. Thank you very much. If anybody would like to do a sticker swap,
use one of those things,
huh?
Those incubators. You know how to use one of those things?
Well, down here in Alabama, they teach you a little thing, but you got to look it up on the YouTube. I mean, if you really want to know, you got to watch the YouTube, and then you'll know.
The Tubi. You got to watch the Tubi, and we'll figure it out.
Well, without further ado, you know what I'm saying? Here we go. We got Tristan. Want everybody in the chat, give a shout out to the man, Tristan. What's up, buddy?
Oh, what's up, everybody? What's going on, man? It's such a great picture. I love that one.
So what we'll do
when I find that snake, dude.
Oh yeah. So what we're gonna do? We'll run through the comments real quick, and we'll let everybody say what's up, and then we'll get into this.
Got faster. You got Duval. What's up, Duval? And we got the chooch of all choochies. Ken, what up, Ken?
Chupacabra, bro.
Yeah, Chupacabra.
Kyle. What's happening, Kyle?
Proxima.
I'll help make this happen, man. I appreciate you, Kyle.
Hell yeah. Got Belvins. I'm going to see him now. Actually, about to get
Belvins, he was on the RWO show. We need to get him on and hear what he's got to say. What's up, Kyle? I wore it just for you, baby.
Let's see.
It's nice having a co-host.
Oh, there's Kiko.
Kiko.
Good old cat.
Flora Esoterica.
Yeah. There's my homie Adrian.
Hey, Adrian. What's up?
There's Endless Scrimp.
Bitches love endless shrimp. Hashtag motherfucker.
That's the homie Patrick. What up, Pat? That's
What's
my
up,
that's
Pat?
my other chooch. Should I say my other chooch?
What's going on right now, people?
Let me see. I'm running through. Let me see. Another Sash Mo. There's Shauna. What's up,
girl? Everybody on Instagram, come on over to YouTube. Links in the bio.
Yes, links in the bio. Tarantula Fairy.
Join the party.
And that Rhonda, I believe.
Yeah, that's Rhonda.
Tiger
Rhonda.
God. What up, Tiger God?
What's up? Thanks for coming out, being a supporter lately. That's awesome. I really appreciate it. I see you more and more everywhere.
What up, Cat?
Cat.
Oh, I appreciate you, Cat.
Catalina Morph Mixer. What up?
Yep. Catalina, man. The Sippin' Show is in their future. So everybody look out for that one.
Come on. Warrior Garden Exotics. What up, guys? What up? Thanks for Got Val. What up, Val?
I missed it.
Got Cameron Bandostran. What's up?
Oh, yeah, that's a fellow Alabamian that breeds snakes.
Come on.
Hell yeah. Good to see you, buddy. I hope you got your boxes back nice and tight. I had to go get rats. What's up? I had to go get rats today, and he had to work, so his wife had to come get them, and we get them from the same guy, you know, and I had to give him some boxes back.
Come on. Looks like we got everybody. If I missed anybody in the chats, I do apologize. I did not do it on purpose, but I think I got everybody.
And I'm fixing to, and then I'm going to make everybody blue. So,
shit.
So, Tristan, what's up, my dude, man? How are you? Where you at? Tell us your little spiel, man.
Oh, dude, just another day in paradise, man. I'm over here in Arizona where thankfully it's not freezing over on me. So, you know, I'm a desert rat through and through, bro. I don't do the cold. Anything under 60 degrees, I'm bitching. You know what I'm
saying? Same.
I don't have like a layer of insulation on me, bro. I'm
Oh, I get really cold. I get super cold, dude.
Yeah, I don't do the cold, man. I can handle the 100-degree heat all day long, but I don't do the cold. But yeah, man, I'm out here in Phoenix. I'm born and raised out here, man. I've always loved Phoenix. Let's see. You want me to tell you how I got into the hobby?
Yeah. I mean, just you know, whatever you want us to know. Just this is your introduction to us. I've never. This is actually a really cool show because I've never really, like, we just met kind of through Kyle,
through
his chat, and like he hooked us up. So I'd like to get to know you. You said you're in Arizona.
Yeah.
And so, like, what do you breed reptiles, or you just keep, or is it, what is that?
So I've done a couple of ball pythons. That's where I cut my teeth. I cut the egg out too early, and it was the only leg left in the clutch that actually got past, that didn't mold. I had lots of learning. That was my first run around. I have lots of projects I'd like to do. I'd like to do savanna monitors. I'm in contact with a couple of people that have done it. One of them is in Sweden, Linnea. Shout out Linnea.
Hell yeah.
Sister. Yeah, she's awesome. That's somebody you guys should have on the show too. She's cool. She's bred
we can hook that up.
savanna monitor. No, dude, for sure. Yeah, she's bred savanna.
I love my big lizards. You know, I'm a.
I do too.
That's my heart. That is where my heart's at.
I guess I'll tell you how I got into this. So I've always been into reptiles, man. Like all my life. I was always like kid running around in the alley chasing lizards and geckos. We were out camping. I was flipping logs, like finding critters. Love Steve Irwin. Love dinosaurs. You know.
Steve Irwin, gang.
Steve,
yeah.
That's I was that generation. That's what I grew up on, man. And yeah, I've always loved reptiles. Always. I went through high school without really having too many reptiles. I had a rat snake. That was my first colubrid. Was a Everglades rat snake, actually.
That's pretty cool, dude.
His name was Pimp Cane, bro. His name was Pimp Cane. Good old Pimp Cane. Beautiful snake, man. I'll never forget him, bro. He was a beautiful snake, and I'd love to have another Everglades rat someday. There we go.
It's okay. I get intimidated too sometimes by the screen.
It's just my I'm feeling a little just beat down by your facial hair, man. I'm jealous. You're just intimidated.
Well, and this is the thing, everybody. We're going to get into this later. He does actually a podcast, which is pretty cool, called The Hobby Hanger, and but it's on Spotify, and he doesn't do it on YouTube and stuff, so it's not a visual thing.
No,
you know, so
we're working on it.
Yeah, it's different. We was talking about that. We're basically flip flopped. Like we do what he wants, what he does. We want to do what he does, and he wants to do what we do. So we're gonna have to work with him to try to get this shit on Spotify and all that good jazz.
We'll do some knowledge swapping, man. I got you.
For sure. So what was your first reptile?
So my first reptile.
You said it was that snake.
It was that snake, Pimp Cane.
Oh, okay.
That Everglades rat.
I thought that was your first snake.
Yeah, that was my first snake and my first reptile.
Okay.
Awesome. was that snake. And then growing up, we had I've had ball pythons. We had bearded dragons, stuff like that. And then I ended up leaving for the Army after I got out of high school. Left a lot of that stuff behind. Being in the Army, you can't have that stuff. So just got out of the hobby for a while. Then I got out of the Army, and I just was not in a good spot, man. Like mentally, just not a good spot. There was all kinds of stuff happening. I was going through a divorce. One of my best friends passed away, and me and some of my other best buddies we grew up with, we buried him. There was just all kinds of stuff going on at the time, man, and I just felt low, dude. I was low, and I needed something. So along comes Bubba. He was supposed to be sitting here with me, helping me do the show, but
he was out earlier. Everybody,
Monitors,
he had enough. He said he likes the other podcast because he don't got to look at ugly motherfuckers though.
Yeah, you can't make him do anything, but he's a good boy. Yeah.
Come on.
Well, yeah, I found him, man, and when I found him, he was the size of my finger, dude. He was an itty bitty baby, tiny thing, and that little lizard really turned stuff around for me, man. I ended up getting into it on one of my episodes on my podcast, where I explained how he kind of just saved my life, essentially, dude. I was not in a good spot. Like I was thinking about just selling all my shit and getting a plane ticket to Poland and then jumping on a train to the Ukrainian border, dude. Like that's where my headspace was.
That's a crazy fucking plan.
Yeah, that's where my headspace was, dude. I mean, like I just got out of the military and I was like, dude, I'm not doing shit. Like
most people don't run away to Ukraine.
No, they don't. No, most people don't. But like me getting out of the military, and especially being something I wanted to do all my life as a kid. It was either that or I was going to be an archaeologist or a paleontologist. But I wanted to be, a soldier ever since I was, yay high, bro. That's all I ever wanted to be when I was a kid. And I got to live that dream for a while, and then it ended. all these other things were happening. The divorce, my best buddy passing away, this, that, and the. I was just in a shit headspace. But then I found this hobby, and as wild as it sounds, as cliche as it sounds, like my lizard, that Bubba, that Savannah monitor dude, he turned shit around for me. There was this time, there was this one moment I was sitting there, and I'd had him a good 5 months at this point. I'm looking at him and I'm like, man, I might have to rehome you. I'm gonna sell your tank, like this, that, and the other. And he just pops out of his hide and he just looks at me. He goes, and there's just, I hate to anthropomorphize and whatnot, but he just looks at me and I'm like, nah, I can't give you away, dude. I need to take care of you. Like, you're my responsibility. I need to take care of you.
Right.
And big lizards, you grow an affinity to them. Big lizards, you get attached
so
to.
Fast. So fast. They're so intelligent too, man.
Oh my God, yeah. Especially monitors and shit.
You really bond to them, bro. You really do. And
I agree.
Once I started paying much more attention to how I was taking care of him, his husbandry, his diet, this, that, and the other, I started to think to myself, bro, you're putting all this energy into taking care of this lizard. What the fuck are you doing to take care of yourself? And I looked in the mirror and I'm like, nah, bro, you need to turn your life around, bro. You need to start making some better choices. You need to start thinking straight because you were about to just throw your whole fucking life away.
Oh yeah.
And to be perfectly honest, bro, that lizard, like that fucking lizard, saved my fucking life, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
All animals, like Ash Crit says, animals in general, you know, whether it's a dog, a big lizard, they will get you out of your funk, you know,
Oh, bro.
because it's not just you like that animal or it's close to you, it's a fucking responsibility. And I think you said it. I think I watched something that you said on Instagram where it was like, correct me
It's a,
if you know.
it's a discipline.
Yeah, the discipline
It's a
of
discipline.
having to have the animal.
Yep.
You know, you'd have to go back and watch it to see exactly what he said. I can't really remember exactly, but I remember it was about that. Like that's what I gathered from it is discipline, you know, patience, responsibility. I mean, everything, and especially with the big lizard, learning the patience. That shit will get you out of your funk because you're not thinking about anything other than I don't want this lizard to bite me. Because
Yep. Or
monitors are
get
big.
smacked with that tail.
Yeah,
No.
or anything, you know, you want to get that good bond. So it's taking you out of that headspace to where you're not even thinking about whatever, your old lady, your fucking wife, or what the word, whatever. You're just chilling with your animal. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, man. Like, and then once you get that bond, bro, once that bond is established, and I remember when it happened for me with this lizard, dude. When it gets to the point where they're not hissing at you, or tail whipping, or huffing and puffing, when you go to pick them up, when you go to pet them, like they just accept your presence. They're willing to let you, you know, pick shed between their toes, and they're not mad. Once you get to that level, then you're like, I've done it. Like there's a sense of accomplishment there. Like
Oh, for sure.
I've built this relationship with an animal that has evolved over millions of years to just be, quite frankly, vicious, bro. Like those of us that keep monitors, you've seen them go after prey, especially when they're real food motivated. You see
Yeah.
them go after prey, or if you watch videos of them taking down prey in the wild, especially Komodos. What you ever? I'm sure some people have seen the video of a Komodo
Oh,
taking
they'll
down
eat
a
goats
goat.
and deers. Yeah.
But when you watch them hit that thing, bro, it's
What's
just
crazy to
violent.
me? What's crazy to me is like if I have a bigger rat or something that I've frozen or something that nothing can eat, or I acquire a bigger rat. It's like my monitor's a good size monitor, but it's not like swallowing. It's not big enough to swallow medium, large rats or whatever whole like a big monitor would, like Slinky or some shit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's amazing to watch that because it lives outside, so its claws are super sharp. You know what I'm saying? Like it's basically a wild animal that's in a cage outside out here. You know what I mean? Like, but it's really sweet. Like, it won't bite me or anything, but it's cool to watch it use its claws like it would
Do
in
what it
the
was meant
wild
to
and
do. Yeah.
literally dismember the animal and quarter it up and then eat it. Like, it's amazing, dude.
Yeah.
I love monitors, man.
You ever watch
I love.
tree monitors use their hands?
Speaking of tree monitors, do you keep up on the whole blue tree monitor jazz with like the legality of it and all and the endangeredness of it?
I'm gonna be 100% honest with you, bro. I don't. One of the biggest reasons I don't like to get into that specialized of a species is the humidity. I mean, I have a hard enough time keeping it humid some of my smaller enclosures.
It would thrive out here like at Justin's house, bro.
Oh yeah, but no, I live in
Yeah.
Phoenix. Don't get me wrong. I know people that can keep, you know, pretty great enclosures here in Phoenix and keep the humidity and this, that, and the other. They can do it, but I'm not confident in myself. Like having a beautiful work of art from nature, like an emerald tree monitor or a blue tree monitor, and then have it lose its tail or some fingers because you couldn't handle the humidity in that thing's enclosure, dude. It would
Oh
break.
yeah, for sure. That would suck. Yeah.
It would break
But
my
you
heart.
know, the blue tree monitor, they had it on some list, the endangered or
Mm-hmm.
possibly endangered list. So they like put a halt on selling and buying and
Oh, I did not know that.
trading. Well, I don't know if it's still around or if it's still a thing anymore. I just didn't know if you would know.
No, man, I didn't know anything about that, dude. That's a shock to me.
Well, Justin, you remember when we were in Daytona? I was asking everybody,
Mm-hmm.
and nobody had.
I told you the show before that they were everywhere, and then that show they were never nowhere.
Yeah, I used to see blues and greens at shows a lot, and
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why I asked, because you'll still see the yellows and the greens, but you wouldn't see no blues. And I was like, I know why. You know what I mean? Like, I know why. And I was asking them, and they was confirming it. I guess that's why I was asking them. I was trying to find out if that's what it was. But Justin, I'm gonna go grab a beer, man. Take it, man. Take Jesus, take the wheel.
Kind of list all the species you got over there, Tristan. Kind of what are all you working with?
All right, so I got 3 Savannah monitors. I do have ambitions of breeding them someday. I have 3 leopard geckos. Those are actually Miranda's, my better half. Those are hers. I have 2 Honduran milks. I love those things to death, and then a beautiful planted bioactive enclosure. I love that thing so much. It's my pride and joy of bioactives. It's so pretty. I sit and stare at it. I keep a couple of inverts as well. I got a tarantula, a Arizona blonde. I have a Asian forest floor scorpion. I have a massive desert hairy scorpion. That's it for the inverts. My daughter's got a bearded dragon. I got a couple of baby. Yep, that's her bearded dragon. I got a couple of baby sulcatas named Smoke and Socrates. I got a couple of boas, Nicaraguan locality boas. One's named Gertrude, or Gertie for short. She's still a baby. And then I got Targadon. He's my big male. He's a nice looking snake.
Are they just wild type?
Yeah, they're nothing too fancy. I got a Sheltopusic. You ever heard of a Sheltopusic?
I have not.
A European legless lizard. Some people call them glass lizards. They're God help me, don't fuck this up. Sometimes you can find them in the Middle East. You can find them in southeastern Europe, I believe. I want to make sure I'm putting out the right information. So I'm really
hey man, I'm trying. Whatever it sounds right. I don't fucking know.
I want to make sure I'm putting out the right information. They're basically, dude. It's a lizard with no fucking legs, bro. They're super cool looking.
The legless lizard.
Yeah, the legless lizard, Sheltopusic. That's one of the only scientific names I can pronounce correctly.
I was gonna say, if you're gonna say if you're gonna start spitting off scientific names, you might as well.
As far as I'm going, bro. That's it.
Good.
On my show, I have the same issue. Oh yeah, I have the same issue.
Life's like a box of scientific names. You never know what you're gonna get.
And it only goes faster for the stupid people. Yeah, bud. Yeah, dude. I have the same problem on my show. We had a couple of guys, Smitty from he does Snakes and Stogies with Phil Wolf. We had Smitty, and then we had Phil King, and they do arachnids. Yeah, they did great shows, by the way. We had those guys on the show, and when you get into arachnids, bro, it's scientific names. Like, you have to.
That's all tarantula people want to talk. Scientific names.
Yeah, so, like, when I'm listening to shows like theirs, and they're spitting out scientific names, I'm constantly pausing, and I'm fucking Googling, and I'm learning some shit, and I like it, dude. Don't get me wrong. I'm not bitching. I'm learning things. Like, God forbid I'm never going to be able to pronounce them, bro, but I'm learning shit. It's cool. So I always tell people on my podcast, like, listen, don't get intimidated by these scientific names. Hit pause and just Google it. Because I'll go back and listen to some episodes we've recorded, and I'll say, oh, shit, I forgot about that. Pause. And then I'll go and go, oh, yeah, I remember this. And it's some legless gecko from Australia. And I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
I got the Sheltopusic, and that thing, dude, it's sick. I love it. It's a female. I named her Sharon. She's a sweetheart.
You named it Sharon?
Sharon, bro.
Did you name it Sharon for Sharon Osbourne or no?
I named her Sharon because it, like, Sharon the Sheltopusic kind of just.
Oh, okay, that's cool. That's catchy. But yeah.
I do love Sharon Osbourne. Bless her heart, man. Let's be real. Let me be honest with you. All right. I respect that woman because the shit that she has gone through, fucking tolerating being Ozzy's wife. Hey, Ozzy, bro, fucking.
And she told And she's a G. She told ICP to their face to eat a dick.
Yeah.
She's
on the Howard Stern show. She's a
and
G.
she's a
bro.
falconer now. She's a falconer now. She's practices falconer. Yeah, she does
It looks
falconer
like
now with her daughter.
maybe that's what's wrong with her face because that falcon fucked
Oh
it
no,
up.
that was the Ozempic, bud.
Yeah, that was the
That was the Ozempic. No
In
disrespect.
fact, they get Ozempic from venomous lizards.
Gila monsters, dude.
Yep,
We saw the first one in the wild this last year.
Gila monsters.
So next time you shoot your forehead with an Ozempic, whatever it is, I don't even know, it looks syringe or something. Then just think about reptiles.
Bro, it's like eating their eyeballs and making their bones like brittle and shit. Like, why would you want to do that stuff?
Walk on a fucking treadmill or go outside. Walk your dog. You know?
I mean, or let the thing be out for a few years. Let other people get fucked up by it and let them perfect it and then go fuck with it, you know?
I think the Jenny Craig diet's better. It's a little bit of money, but it's actually food. It's not nothing crazy.
Who was that actress that used to be on the Jenny Craig commercials? What was her name?
Fuck. Did she have a mole?
Oh, God, I don't remember. Someone in the comments might know.
I think I know who you're talking about, but I can't remember either.
I can't remember her name. Jeez, that's a blast from the past right there.
You talk about shit.
Oh, wow.
So
I got another thing I wanted to. Yeah. After the legless lizard, I got one more little oddball I wanted to tell you guys about because this thing's sick. This thing is sick, dude. One of the reasons I had to get this thing into my collection is because, like, I knew when I would go to schools and do outreach classes,
gang,
that this thing would blow kids' minds, just like the Sheltopusik, just like the legless lizard. One of the other reasons, well, the same reason I got that thing for these classes, I got a caliber python. Now, those of you that don't know what a caliber python is, just go Google it. Google it real quick. Like, open a new tab and Google that shit. Okay, it's not a python. Okay, it comes from Africa, but it's not a python. It's actually considered to be a boa. All right.
Okay.
But they're trying to make it its own species. They're trying to make it its own thing.
I get you. Yeah,
because they're so different, bro.
He said it's a worm.
It's a worm.
They look like a worm.
Yeah, bro, I think I know what you're talking about.
And then
what up, Wiz?
Wiz, what up, Wiz?
Hold on, man.
Let's go.
Yeah, oh, look, he's even got the cup. Look, hold on, we gotta point this out. Hang on. There you go. There you go.
And I got the holster holding my cup.
God damn, what do I gotta do? Whose butt do
underneath the sweet holster? Of course, I got the other holster.
Yeah, I still haven't got my pressure P coaster. That's some booty hole bullshit.
You got hey, look, my Printify link is on my Instagram. You can go in there and order whatever you want, bro. Be my guest.
Yeah, or you can go to the link down below at 666 Printify and get what you want them to. You know that? That's funny as shit. So hell yeah. So you have okay. So you have some really crazy ass animal like reptile species, I guess. So what the hell? So you're basically not trying to breed, really. You're just doing it just because you love it, but you also do education things, which we'll touch on later. So I'm sure you use that with your education stuff as well. So that's pretty cool. How do you even fucking acquire these animals? Like, all you know, you would just trading and. Well, you don't see. I don't think that you would see a lot of these animals at reptile shows frequently. You know, you might see them at the big shows, but you're probably not seeing them at the damn Alabama shows down the block, down from here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
You know,
mean, the nice thing about living in a big city like Phoenix is, dude, there's a reptile store on damn near every corner.
What up, Jay?
So like, I pop into just about everyone around town, like periodically throughout the year, and I'll just see what they got, dude. And every now and then you stumble upon a diamond in the rough, bro. I mean, I do frequent shows, but like that's how I stumbled upon the Sheltopusik and the caliber python, man. They're so sick.
But you do have 3 Savannah monitors.
I do. And
so what's the gender ratio of that?
How I got into the Savannah monitors?
No, I'm saying like what is it like how many males per female ratio? What is that?
Oh, yeah. So
because I'm sure that's crossed your mind.
It has. Don't get me wrong, it has. I'd prefer to have yeah, I'd prefer to have 2 males, 1 female, because that's how the people I've talked to have done it in the past.
Yeah.
A lot of the times, Bo, it really just boils down to the individual. Linnea, who I mentioned before, excuse me, beer burps. Linnea, who I mentioned before, she has a big female that was her first monitor, and that's the one that's been laying eggs for her. That one will she'll kill those males, bro.
Oh yeah,
She's
that's what I was talking about earlier. I think we were backstage about the black dragons, that the ratios you have to have so many more to some, like males to females, because and you have to watch it and make sure they're even compatible, because they might not be
yeah.
compatible.
No, they might not. And there's some individuals that will tolerate other monitors' presence. If you listen
Which is
to
crazy, honestly.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think two males, if they can live together, I think that is, or two females even, I think that is insane to me.
Well, I mean, Linnea keeps some of her male monitors together, and they do well together. They've been together for as long as
God
she's
damn,
had them, as
how
far as I
big
know.
is that? How big? She have like a house for them or something? I mean, how does that work?
Like
I
a
think
good walk-in enclosure for sure.
yeah,
Oh, I
I
would
think she has
imagine,
a
yeah.
setup like that. Yeah,
for sure.
Like a camp, like a Ken and
yeah.
Thompson setup. Yeah.
Yeah, I think she has like an indoor setup, something like that.
Oh, that's badass. That's why I'm waiting to move until I get into monitors, because yes, I do want to get into monitors. That's my passion, is monitors, but you have to have the fucking room.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they take up a lot of room, and I guess I'll go ahead and
Yeah.
ask the daunting question. How do you keep your Savannah monitors at
All
your
right.
house, being that I assume they stay indoors? Do
Yes,
you
they
let
do.
them free roam? Do you have them in enclosures? How's that work?
So I have all of them are different sizes. My youngest one right now, his name is Forrest. He's my little baby male. Forrest is about, I want to say, 6 inches long, 6.5 inches long. He's in a 90-gallon tall enclosure right now. Screen top, halogen lights. There's chia growing in the substrate. He has tons of hides, tons of climbing stuff. You'd be surprised just how arboreal these baby Savannah monitors will act if you give them, the space to do it. He's always climbing around on shit. Cute little fucker. Yeah, he's in that great big enclosure.
Real quick, you wouldn't, not to cut you off, but you really wouldn't think. I was just thinking about it. I was thinking about my monitor. Yeah, it climbs. It's a fucking water monitor, but that's a Savannah monitor, and you really wouldn't. In your mind, you hear Savannah monitor, and you would never think that it's climbing and shit.
Climbing? No, you wouldn't. No.
Weird.
No, but they'll do it if you give them the opportunity to do it. And I think it's a benefit if you give your monitors the opportunity to climb, because they're working muscles that they otherwise wouldn't if they're just cruising around on your floor. So
right,
it's worth considering. I do it. I let Bubba climb around on stuff. I have a little staircase for him to walk up on an elevated basking area where you can just watch the kitchen and all the other enclosures and just survey his kingdom. He also likes to turn around and stick his head out the window. Yeah, he's a spoiled brat. So yeah, I guess we'll get into Bubba. I mentioned Forrest, so Forrest is in that.
Yeah, the biggest one. How do you keep the biggest one?
My adult male. So Bubba, I dare say, is about as big as male Savannah monitors get. There's been reports of 5-footers out there. Bubba's about 4 foot. He's pushing 4 foot.
So about like a Tegu, pretty much.
Big boy. Yep, big boy. And he's a free roamer though, man. He has an enclosure. Don't get me wrong. He has a place to go to, to dig around in substrate. He has a place to go to poop. He has a water dish outside of the enclosure next to it he can access. And then his basking spot's elevated, and he has to climb to get to it, and I make him exercise that way. But other than that, dude, this is his house just as much as it is the rest of the family's. He acts like a dog or a cat.
Have you always handled him? Never had any aggression problems with him or anything?
He's never bit me, ever.
Never
bit me once, dude. He's one of those once in a lifetime animals that you get. He's
one
of those
animals. A lot of monitors and iguanas and all these animals that are known for biting and shit, or being bitey. I think it really, because I've never even been snapped at by mine, and it's like I think it just comes down to how you raise it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you, I don't know, I've never had that issue.
I could say I know a little about the Savannahs, and I think a lot of the Savannahs are wild caught too.
A lot of them are, yes. There are
most-
breeders now, but a lot of them are wild caught. Yes, all three of mine are.
Wasn't there a time where there was no captive bred whatsoever, even able to find them at all? Like, because people were having a hard time perfecting how to breed them because there was like
nobody knew how to do it. Nobody knew how to breed them. That was the problem.
Nobody knew. Yeah,
nobody knew how to trigger their cycles. Nobody quite really understood
because I know
what they go through in the wild.
Because from what I've heard recently, people have figured it out, but
it has been done. Yes, I've been in contact with people. I've interviewed people that have done it. Yes.
Okay, and that's where I've been like, because it's definitely I've heard where there was like it wasn't even that long, so like 3 years ago, like nobody was doing this, and now you got all of a sudden people are like, yeah, I get it, I got it, and I was like, wow, a couple people actually figured this shit out. Cool, you know.
It really boils down to like correct diet and correct husbandry, like heat. You know, people keep them too cold. That's a
so what do you recommend? What do you, while we're on that real quick, what since you said it, what do you recommend for the husbandry, and the food and like the portions and stuff?
Where do you want me to start? You want me to start at a baby and then work your way up?
Wherever you want. Your dealer's choice, baby.
Right way, because then if you got somebody that maybe is watching it wants to get a baby, so let's start the right way and do the baby and work your way up.
Okay, so we'll start with my juvenile Forest. I'm going to tell you how I take care of Forest right now. I'm basically doing the exact same thing I did with Bubba. Insect-based diet. Now you can feed them rodents. You can. Don't make it a staple. I know people that do. There's a caveat to that, and I'll get to that caveat. Now, these animals, in order for them to digest properly, just like all reptiles, they need heat. These guys like it hot, okay? You can give them a basking temp as hot as 135. I know people that do it hotter for adults.
Mom, when I heard 160 from people for my monitor, I was like, no fucking way.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm going to kill it. All right, no way.
I don't think so, bro. I kept eating mastics once, and you basically have to cook those things.
Your mastics definitely have to be.
You have to cook them.
Yep.
You do. It's nuts.
I know a few buddies and those temps are hot for sure. For your
hot. You got to do it the right way too.
It did blow my mind.
Don't burn them.
Sure.
Yep.
But if you're giving them the proper amount of heat and they're digesting everything properly, you can give them a varied diet. You can slip, you can slip rodents in the diet every now and then, especially if you want to firm up their poop. If you see their poop's a little runny, give them a rodent. It'll the fiber in the hairs will firm up the poops. It'll help out, especially some of the calcium in there too.
What insects? Because I did when mine was a little gecko, my water monitor. I did nothing but insects. I would do like a little ground turkey and egg sometimes, but
I do.
For the most part, it was insects like dubias and shit. You know?
Dubias, grasshoppers, crickets, mealworms. As they get bigger, so like that's a diet for a baby. Like that. Yeah, all those little bugs. That's a diet for a baby.
That's what they're eating. People don't really understand that in the wild. They're not eating fucking ground beef and turkey and chicken. No. They're eating insects.
As babies, they're actually eating these giant mole crickets. And when they hatch out of the egg, these things are tiny when they come out of the egg. These little monitors, they'll go and they'll seek out. Cool. They're tiny, bro. They'll go and they'll seek out these mole cricket burrows. They'll occupy it, and then as they get big enough, they'll eat the cricket. Like so, they'll eat their landlord, basically, and take over that little burrow, and they'll rinse and repeat as they grow. That's kind of what they do, and then they'll start moving to bigger stuff. So now we'll get to my subadult Penny. She's my female. She's about a foot and some change long. This is one of the monitors you can't touch. She will not let me touch her. She came to me as a subadult, so I don't really know where her past is, but she does not like people, and I respect her. I let her do her thing.
Well, I tell people if you're going to have a monitor, you have to be okay with cats. See, I hate cats. So for me, it's like my cat in the sense that if it don't want you to mess with it, it's not going to let you mess with it. And you're not going, it'll let you know. So I think that's a good point too. You're not going to be able to make them do anything they don't want to do, bro. Exactly. Exactly. And when they get big, like some of these big fucking lizards, it's hard to control them when they don't want to do something that you want them to do. And that's why you get them little, and that's why you raise them by hand. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want that big fucking 8-foot water monitor that you cannot control. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, no, 100%, dude. Or one of those big old black throats or big old white throats. Like,
well, Savannah monitors are known for their temper, but so what do you?
Well,
what are you feeding like a sub-adult? You know,
so my sub-adult, she's getting a lot of the same stuff as a baby would. I'm starting to at this point use less crickets because I fucking hate crickets.
Me too.
A personal choice. That's a personal choice. A lot of people can still stick to crickets. A lot of people think it's good enrichment for them to chase the crickets around the enclosure. And I won't argue that.
It takes so many.
It does. It does. And the problem with crickets sometimes is they become roommates. And when crickets get hungry, we know what can happen sometimes. And monitors are no exception to that. They'll get chewed on, dude. It'll happen. Like you have a juvenile or a baby, like they'll get chewed on, dude. It happens. That's one of the other reasons I don't like crickets. So you gotta make sure they're all eaten. You can't just dump a shit ton of crickets in a baby's enclosure. Don't do that. Don't do that with any animal, honestly.
For sure.
Be wary of crickets. Be wary of crickets. But moving on, I'm doing more like larger dubias, well gut loaded dubias. You can move on to hissing cockroaches as well because they're just there's more substance to them, you know. So you can do like medium sized hissing cockroaches. Throw those things in there. Let your monitor chase that hissing cockroach around the enclosure. They love it. It's good for them. I mean, you don't have to feed as many of them.
I would be freaking the fuck out.
Don't blame you.
Cockroach in there.
Yeah, I don't blame you. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but they're not hard to breed either.
Bro, I didn't like feeding dubias.
I pick that some bitch up and starts hissing at me. I'm like, oh hell no.
It's a trip. First time, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a trip. You pick it up. So what the fuck, bro? No, I know what you mean. They're gnarly, dude. Like and they get so big.
Oh god!
Like, I know there's this chick that I follow that keeps like spiders and insects and shit, and she'll put them in her mouth and make content, and she'll let them crawl out of her mouth.
See,
and I'm like, oh my god!
I know.
I'm like, how do you? She'll let it crawl like millipedes crawl in her hair, like that. She'll put it right here and it'll crawl in her hair, and I'm like, no way, no.
I'm running.
Nope. I'm out. Listen, I'll hold an Arizona blonde tarantula because there's.
I have one small tarantula and that's it. And I don't hold it. I don't hold it.
I ain't holding no tarantula.
Okay. My daughter will hold that thing all day long. She has like brass balls. That kid, she doesn't give a damn.
Who's got big balls?
My kid balls.
So I imagine for your sub-adult, you're doing probably like some ground protein, maybe.
Not at all.
No. You don't feed. So you're basically just feeding insects until they get bigger, and then you might. What do you? I
don't use any kind of any of that ground processed protein. I do not use any like beef or chicken or anything. Well, I'll
no liver or nothing.
So what about maybe like some calcium powder and stuff like that?
Yes, you do have to do supplementation, and it is a really good idea to use UVB. Think about where these things come from. They're out basking out, and then when I had Bubba living outside, dude, he was just out basking in that Arizona sun, just loving life. I still take him out onto the porch with me, and he'll sit on my lap, or I'll put him on a chair of his own, and we'll be out there in 112-degree weather, and he's just over there kicking it while I'm sweating my balls off, just sitting there dying. Like, are you ready to go inside yet?
Come on.
Hell no, that thing sit out there forever.
Yeah, no. So UVB is a good idea. They love that stuff.
So that's a question, and so you can keep outdoor enclosures then, and kind of rock.
Yeah, you can. You just got to make sure it's bulletproof because they'll dig out from underneath it, and they're strong enough to get through the wire sometimes, dude. So you got to make sure it is bomb proof.
You have to sandwich. You have to sandwich your chicken wire.
I keep bearded dragons outside all year long, and I know with the chicken wire, but what we have to do is we have to block their vision because their eyes are on the side of their head. They're so dumb; they want to keep thinking that they can get through the screen and they'll rub their face.
And so it'll fuck their nose up.
Right. So what we do is all their shelving where they hang out and lay and bask, we have I put basically wood slats there to block their view. So above that they can see out. So if they're sitting on a top shelf, they can see out and whatnot. But if they can't see to where it's wanting them to keep them rubbing and what. That was a little trick I learned actually from a couple people that keep them outside here. I was like, man, what the fuck do I do? You know,
you can paint that wire black too with spray paint.
You can do that too. Yep,
that's what I had to do. I had to do that with my lizard that's outside.
Yeah, it's pretty cool though when you're there because I'm like, damn, I'll be keeping them for sure outside. Like they would love it.
Oh yeah, for real.
You're hitting hotter than I am. I'm in Florida, you know, but it seems like you're definitely getting a little bit more spicier over there than me.
His heat, he's got the dry heat though. He doesn't have like zero humidity.
Right. So you do have to consider keeping like a space of that outdoor enclosure to where there can be a lot of humidity, like a real hard humid hide. You got to have a nice like water feature in order for them to access that humidity, and then give them a lot of space to dig too. You have to keep that in mind as you're building an outdoor enclosure for any monitor species because they will all dig. Okay?
Oh, they'll dig.
Except like any like the water monitors, like the terrestrial monitors, they will dig. They're built to
do a tortoise. A tortoise will dig. A bearded dragon, any animal. I swear, any animal. You put that shit in a cage.
To keep that in mind. You have to. So, as you're building that enclosure, build it to like. Me personally, like I like to lay. I'll dig about a 2.5 foot trench down. I'll lay cinder block and rebar down there. Like that's what I plan to do in the future.
Right.
That's what I'm gonna be doing.
Yep. That's what I would do. I would dig at least like 2 to 4 feet down, you know, and that way the enclosure kind of goes into the ground. That way when they're digging,
and I tell you, that's a good idea, Justin, because I've at least I guess, you know, for most lizards, they do like it hot, but they do like to go down below to that neutral temp. And I've seen people take them big corrugated like PVC pipes and dig them underground and make like
artificial dens. Yeah,
make like a burrow, and that's the way I'm gonna do it when I move. You know, and then put like maybe one of them outdoor heating tortoise pads in there to keep it nice and toasty, just in case it ever got damn cold or something.
You know what I've seen people do? You know those big black totes, and usually they have those yellow or like red lids on them.
For sure.
Yeah, those
make them little heat boxes.
Yeah, I've seen people dig those down into the ground, but to where they can still open up the lid, and they'll just put like an insulation pad over that. And I've seen people make like camouflage mats so it looks like it's just a natural piece of their backyard enclosure.
Put wood bark on it.
Yeah, wood bark and all that, and then they go and they lift it up and they can go in there and check on their critter.
It's pretty dope, right?
They're pretty sick, man.
That's pretty cool.
And it's sick to think that it doesn't take shit to make that. You know?
No, you need a shovel and maybe like $50 in your pocket and you're good to go.
Oh, for sure.
You can make it happen.
Yep. Well, we're gonna give a shout out to one of our really heavily appreciated sponsors, and then when we come back, we're going to talk about your education and outreach that you do. Yeah, education.
I ain't got no education.
We know, Justin.
Dude.
Mark with Vision here. We're showing off the new Visionarium. See a couple examples here. These are going to be a new product from us coming out hopefully the end of the year. It is modeled off our V35 and V70 tub, 3x height. So we're doing about 15 inches on this. You'll have options for doors on one side or up to all 4 sides on each of the tubs. We got vents on the front and the back. You will have options for windows as well if you just want that instead of the doors. We'll have perforated options and glass options. This was the V35. This is going to be the V70, so you get a little bit bigger option. We have a bearded dragon set up here and a pixie frog in this one. Show a little bit of versatility of using it for a desert species versus tropical. We have lids that are built in as well. These are going to have options for your lighting. These are going to be a halogen light or an LED light, and they will snap into the lid. C5 lighting, other UVB and halogen lighting options. Options will be available for misters, temperature probes, and fans, depending on what the customer wants.
Make sure you go to www.visionproducts.us for all your rack needs, and you can go to custom cages for all your caging needs, and custom aquariums for all your aquarium needs. And while you're at it, look at this beautiful photo of me and Justin with our tigers.
With our tigers,
we do magic.
We're the new Siegfried and Roy, you know.
You know what I'm saying? But for real, everybody go to Vision. You know what it is. Tell them RWO sent you. Do that. And while we're on it, real quick, we got Kiko and we got Kyle. And Kyle did this video, and Kiko's the shit. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw it up for him.
Beasts, Brews, and Botany is the most unique reptile show in Northern Virginia and maybe in the country. It's at Eavesdrop Brewery that has delicious alcoholic beverages and a wonderful array of food in the area as well. Courtyards to chill in. It's dog friendly. It's kid friendly. You can bring the whole entire family out. You can get all your plants, arachnids, reptiles. You could get dart frogs, vampire crabs, and take photos with reptiles as well. The first Sunday of each month at Eavesdrop Brewery is Beasts and Brews, so the reptile show. And the second Sunday of every month is Brews and Botany at Eavesdrop Brewery. Now, this event is held by my good friend Kiko, and he actually has a variety of carnivorous plants as well. He ships said carnivorous plants anywhere in the United States, including Alaska and Hawaii. So that's Venus flytraps, sundews, any carnivorous plant you could want. Go give him a follow at Flora Esoterica on Instagram and Facebook. And definitely, if you're in Northern Virginia, you need to check out Beasts, Brews, and Botany. You will not be disappointed.
Let's go.
That's a pretty cool place. Look, Tristan, this place, right, that we were just showing, it's a free show. Okay, first of all, it's free. You don't pay anything to go. Like I've heard they have like music. They'll have bands sometimes, or I don't know if that's everything, but I've heard that before. And then I've also heard they sell food there. They have like a restaurant or something. They have like it's at a brewery. It is literally at a place where they brew beer. So that is just sick, right? I mean,
is that a model train?
It is a train, and I keep hearing it, and I think it might be his phone.
It is.
But I'm not sure. But everybody's loving this picture real quick. Okay, there you go, everybody. I know, I love it too. I'm gonna make a banner, and I'm gonna put Sippin' with Serpents in it, like gold, and make it look gangster. And then I'm gonna put it on the Printify.
That beard's just making my like facial fur feel so incompetent right now. I
look good. Look at my hairline, bro. I actually have hair.
That's why Nick loves his punches, because he's got hair.
I look hot, dude. I think I look hot.
It didn't even grab some tats on there. I mean, it ain't the right tats, but he even threw some tats on there.
Oh God, there's that one again.
Come on.
The hell yeah, man. So you told me something when I messaged you on Instagram about you wanted to talk about like your outreach stuff, I guess is 100%. What you would call it, your education to people, or however you want to call it. So what made you get into that, and how does that work?
So remember how we talked about my my bite to my belly button, and I was afraid of spiders up until I ended up holding a tarantula at a show, and then I kind of lost my fear and started to gain a respect. The reason that happened is because I started to understand them more. And the thing about life, the funny thing about us human beings is that when we don't understand something, we tend to fear it. Yeah, it's just human nature. It's part of who we are. It's part of what we are.
I agree.
Things we don't know, things we don't understand, that's scary. Like you think about caveman back in the day. He does not know what's in the back of that cave. There are weird noises coming from the back of that cave, and it's dark back there. He doesn't know what's back there. That's scary. And scary means sometimes, most of the time for him, death. That's how we are wired. We're still that way. We have cars and guns and lights and shit now, so when that clicked in my head, I was like, hey.
Oh, by the way, the only reason we have all of those things that you just said, lights and guns and fires, is because people were fucking scared to go back in the back of the dark cave.
Yeah,
exactly. That's why.
Yeah. Oh fuck.
Sorry, I just wanted to
No, you're good. You made me laugh, and I'm like, damn, now I gotta catch my breath. Yeah, it made me think. I was like, let me put two and two together here. If I can help people overcome their fear by helping them understand something, that might, open up the opportunity for them to appreciate them more, kind of like me. Everybody's different. There's some people out there that will always hate snakes. There were some people out there that will always think that my Savannah monitor is a baby Komodo dragon that's going to grow up and eat me and my kids. There's always going to be those people out there whose mind you're never going to change, but you never know. It's as simple as just going out there and saying, hey, you want to learn something cool? You want to see an animal you've probably never seen before? And I guarantee you, most of the time, people are going to say yes. And even if they're afraid of snakes at first, there's a good group of them that won't run. Okay. I'm going to give you a quick example.
Holding it before the day's over.
Yeah, 100%. I'm going to give you a good example. So sometimes when I go to my local dispensary to get, my broccoli, I take Bubba with me, or I'll bring a snake with me. I'll be in there, and all the staff in there, they know me. They know my animals, and they're always excited when I walk in. There's one lady in there that will like pick up my Savannah monitor and just hold him like a baby because Bubba likes her. She likes Bubba. It works out. Yeah, it works out. So sometimes I'll be in there and other customers will be like, oh my God, is that a snake? Oh my God, is that a Komodo dragon? Or what is that? Like, is it going to bite? No, it's not going to bite. I promise you. Like, I'll start telling them about it. I'll start talking to them about what it is. And they'll start calming down and going, oh, okay. And then I'll start telling them the wild facts about them. Like what's some of the crazy shit they do, where they come from. They're like, okay. And then as I'm telling them about the animal, they see me interacting with it, holding it, putting it around my neck, petting it. They're like, okay, that thing doesn't really want to hurt you, And I'm like, yeah, no, it doesn't. It's not sizing me up. It knows I am not food. Would you like to pet it? And most of the time they're like, yeah, no, I'll pet it. You'd be surprised just how many people out there, like, if you give them the education, you give them, the time to sit back and listen, they might change their mind. Not all of them will. And then that's my mission out there, to change everybody's mind, but it's my mission to at least give someone the opportunity to do so.
And with the animals that you have, like you said, you have animals that it's like you've probably never seen this shit because it's kind of not, I don't know if rare is the right word, but it's very exotic.
It's not something you see every day, no.
Yeah, it's very exotic, and I'm sure people see that and they're like, holy shit.
Yeah. I mean, like those of us in the hobby, we see an albino ball python, and it's just, oh, cool, an albino ball python. But some people that are not in this hobby, that don't like see pictures of snakes and that are just doing this, day in, day out, because it's, some of us, it's our lives,
Well, when you have so many animals in general, it unfortunately, whether you like it or not, it is your fucking life. Even if you have an 8 to 5 job every day, Monday through Friday, it's still your life every day. Yes. And that's what people have to understand. It's going to have to come before your sickness, your relationship, your kids, your everything. Like, you have to put that up there with all of that, because they are living things. They deserve the same respect that you would give any other living thing. So you have to be on, you got to be on that shit. I had hernia surgery, and I couldn't even bend over, but I had to come in here and do shit. Like, I had to. It had to be done. No one's going to come do it for you. Nope. So you're right about that. It's definitely it's your life.
It is. It's a discipline. It's a lifestyle, dude. It's like those of us that really get into it, man. That's what it has to be for us. But where were we? Now I lost track because you got me thinking about that.
I'm sorry, god damn it. About how you got Bubba and you got your coworker.
I remember now. So yeah, it was after taking him to the dispensary a few times, and I started to see people like really take an interest in this. And then I go and I do a parent teacher conference with my kid's second grade teacher. And she and I get to start talking about the reptile collection a little bit, because, of course, my daughter talks about all of our reptiles all the time. And she goes, how would you like to come in and, teach my second grade class about some of the animals you have? And I was like, yeah, I'd love to. I jumped on that opportunity like white on rice, man, like a rat on a Cheeto, dude. I was there. I was there. A couple weeks later, there I am teaching 25 kids about a Savannah monitor, ball pythons, sulcata tortoises, Boas. I taught them the difference between boas and pythons. You know, one species lays eggs, one gives live birth. That blew their minds.
Of course, there's always every time I think about it, you know.
Yeah, dude. And of course, there's always that one kid that goes, "How do they poop?" And I have to sit there and look at him and go, "Well, for the most part, the same way you do, but they do poop."
I found that most kids like to say the word cloaca. They like it.
Yeah, I did teach them what it was called. That was
and they like it. I think they like it because it's easy, because every reptile has a cloaca, right? And I think even some birds have cloacas too.
Birds, dolphins, whales.
Yeah. Birds
fish.
have cloacas, yeah. Yep. So it's a general term that they can learn and feel smart and like know something. And it's a funny thing, and they retain that information. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah, they do. They do.
That's what I go with at shows when kids are like asking questions. I'm like, yeah, it's a cloaca. Yeah. And the older kids like, how do they have sex? And I'm like, like teenagers and shit, and like some adults. Yeah, his hat, yeah. And I show them a video of snakes, and it's so boring, right? And they're like, oh, that wasn't what I thought it was. And I'm like, no, it's not. But lizards, that's an intense fucking game. Like tortoises and turtles, like Adrian from Eastern Box.
Adrian gets it for sure.
Turtles be bumping it, dude.
Tortoises, bro, is something. All right, tortoise. You ever hear the sound they make while they're getting after it?
Oh, it's like they make noises. Yeah,
that's something you're definitely gonna have to YouTube after this one, bro. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. Oh my god, it's funny.
So, what's the most frequent question you get asked by kids, man?
The most frequent.
Will it bite? Will it bite?
Yeah, there's that one. Or has it ever bit you? Or like, will it chase me if you put it on the ground? And usually the answer to that is no. There's a couple animals where like I'll let them pet them, walk up and pet them, and there's a couple that I'll even let some of them hold. But there are animals like Bubba, for example. I won't let the kids hold Bubba, because like I even get scratched by him sometimes, and he doesn't even mean it, dude. That just comes with the territory of owning a monitor.
Even the sweetest monitor in the world can send you to the hospital and get
stitches. It can happen. That's the truth, dude. It's the truth.
Mine's so big that I don't even enjoy, and I hate to say it, I'll wear sweatshirts. That's why I got a sweatshirt on now, because I cleaned her water fucking pond out today. So she was climbing all over me wanting to eat,
And I still pick up Bubba, and like I have a thick flannel on, and I pick him up, put him on my shoulder. He climbs all over me. He has big ass claws, bro. Like,
you'll be bleeding. You'll have a little blood spot somewhere on you.
You will. Don't wear white shirts if you're gonna do it. That's what I'm saying.
Come on.
And they'll poop on you. You ever had a monitor just shit all over you?
Oh yeah, dude. Penny over here, my sub-adult. Let's say I do get hands on her, right? Because I need to put her in a soak, or I have to.
She's doing it for a defense mechanism.
Yes. Yeah. She does not like human beings. She doesn't like being touched, and more often than not, I respect that. But there are times where I got to get hands on her to check if she's doing okay, right? Yeah, she'll shit all over me, dude. She'll shit all over me.
She'll squirt it out of her what? What the word of the night, everybody?
Cloaca.
Yeah, dude, there's something, if you're feeding them mostly bugs and stuff like that, and you get shat on after a nice heavy roach meal, bro. The smell, like monitor poop, bro. There's something about carnivorous reptile poop.
Me and Justin talk about this, and I think bearded dragons. Okay. The difference between bearded dragon and monitors like to shit in their water. At least mine does. So it smells like raw sewage. But now I've had both. Like bearded dragon is like rotted death, bro.
Yeah,
especially if it happens in the car. Like let's say you're taking your beard somewhere in the car.
My Pete's throat and my rhino iguanas, their shit was stink. Like it was stink. It was definitely stink. My bearded dragon shit, I was gagging every.
You have to clear the house out, homie. Light a match.
Because that's why my bearded dragons stay outside all year. That's one big reason why. Because I'd walk home from a long day at work inside my house, and you would smell and it'd be all in the back room. and you would smell that. You would know, oh shit, they took a big ass shit.
See, Justin's not stupid. That's why my monitor's outside. You think I want to smell that shit? Hell
no.
You know what else are bad too? Uromastics. They remind me of cow shit. Or sulcata tortoises. It reminds me of cow shit. That's what their smell reminds me of.
My redfoot, man, my redfoot shit stinks, bro.
Stinks. Okay, it stinks.
It's weird, right? Like most of I feel like it's a lot of animals too, though. Like you know, my monitor smells like sewage because it's a meat eater, right? No vegetable. But those vegetable and the carnivore, or what is it? Where they eat both? Omnivores. That shit is like the stankiest of stank ass fucking nastiness, bro.
It's gnarly.
And bearded dragons, and people that have them in fucking glass aquariums.
Oh god,
that shit makes me cringe because I know that they're having to clean smeared stank off of that fucking everything in that glass enclosure. Justin goes out there with a water hose and squirts that bitch off.
I don't do that. I just wait. It's Florida, bro. We rain almost every day.
It's my daughter's bearded dragon, and it's her enclosure, so she has to do that. You know, I don't have to. It works out.
You've seen it. They smear it everywhere. They bathe in it. And like Justin's right. When we were in at his house, when we were on vacation, it rained, and I went out there, and that red bearded dragon was like just sitting in that rain, just fucking like.
I love it. That is their favorite.
Loving its life, bro.
Literally, bro. Like literally, it'll be like almost hurricane coming. You know, windy as shit, like storming. Like you open the door, the door's pulling. Like holy shit. I'm like, man, I'll be
out there bobbing its head and shit.
And I'll be like, I'm worried about my bearded dragons, man. And I'll put on the wetsuit. I'm like, fuck it, let's go out there, you know. And I'll go out there and they're just all chilling, like, yeah.
Hey, the only way that you can help that situation for them is not grab them, take them inside, put a disco ball up in there. That's
leave them be. Well, it is true because that is one thing I will have to say. So when a bearded dragon is drinking, they open their mouth and they lift their head and they tilt it back. So you're not supposed to, after they drink, you're not supposed to pick them up because you could drown them, because the water that's in their mouth will go into their air vent and not actually into their actual throat that it needs to go and digest. So you will actually drown your bearded dragon and not knowing it. Yep.
I had no idea.
Yes, that is actually a big common thing that happens a lot, and people don't realize they drowned their bearded dragon, but it happens actually.
Learn something, and that's why I love this hobby. And people are like, you know, the people that know everything, they suck, because learning something new to me is fun.
Yeah,
I think it's fun, like to learn something that I didn't know, and especially that it could help an animal, you know, not hurt it. What's up, Mission?
John, what up, homie?
Yeah, so do you take your daughter's bearded dragon to your when you do your outreach thing?
Of course, yeah.
Is that what it's called? I just don't want to sound like an idiot.
I just call it teaching. That's just what I call it, man. I don't call
when you go do your teaching, when you go do your teaching down there for the simple folk, do you take the bearded lizard?
Well, I do. I take that spicy little fucker down there, and I let them kids just pet that spiky lizard. You know what I'm saying? It's real kid. Yeah, no, I love taking the some of the common stuff in the collection, and the reason for that being, especially for the younger kids, the reason for that being is when you bring in ball pythons, you know, bearded dragons, leopard geckos, a lot of these kids, there's a chance that their parents might go out and buy one for them. So if I can bring these animals in, or
their friend has one,
so I want to teach these kids about them before their parents go out and get them. I want to tell them that, hey, these are all the things that like you're gonna need if you want to take care of a bearded dragon. They're gonna need special lights. They need a special diet because they're omnivores. And then I teach them what an omnivore means. They eat both protein and vegetable matter. All right, and then I go through like the special lights that they need, why they need it, you know, why UVB is important, why they need calcium in their diet, why that's important, what it does to their bones if they don't do those things. You know, I tell them like you need to give them a good size enclosure. You can't stick them in a 20 or 40 gallon tank all their life. You can't. They need something bigger than that. These animals also like to climb. They'll climb up trees. They'll climb up fence posts. Give them the opportunity to do that. Let them work those muscles that nature gave them.
Well, you made that point earlier about if you give it an opportunity to climb, it'll climb. And I think, you know, And I know that's true because I've had obviously different kind of animals in different setups along these years that I've did it. And I've definitely had a ball python that I didn't have a bin for or didn't have an enclosure for. And it was in a tall, like a fucking
they'll use it
3 foot tall, Exoterra
they'll
deal
use it happily
temporarily, and they will happily use it. Yeah. And it's crazy. Like they'll even eat off that perch, bro.
Yep.
People are like, no, they won't. I'm like, do it, dude. I'm telling you, like they will utilize. But a snake, right? Check it. Like if a ball python in my bins right here, if I had that thing out and it got out, you would see that thing behind me just crawling and climbing everywhere. Even Justin's rack behind him, how it's flat boards. Like this is rail.
Up in that shit still.
They'll climb the shit out of it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they'll arch their body and pivot. Dude, it's so crazy. My rat snake does it. Any snake, any animal, I think. Even a dog. Okay, think about a dog.
Rat snake, bro. Rat snake.
Dogs will climb trees. If they're able to climb that fucking tree, they'll climb it.
I mean, look at like chicken coops and shit. Look at the rat snakes that people find out there in their chicken coops and shit.
Oh,
like,
up in the rafters and
all and fucked up, and it's like
barns and the
they were on a mission. They were going on a mission to get them some eggs and some chicken.
There you go. Where do you do most of your teaching at? Like schools, and you said schools?
Schools. It started at my daughter's school. Like I was saying with her second grade class, and then I got invited back to the same school to do a third grade class. Dude, it was awesome. And now I offer my services to schools around the Phoenix area. If they want a reptile class, they just contact me. I'll give them my little spiel of, hey, like, safety is my number one, both for the kids and the animal. And if they're about it, then we set up a date and off I go.
So you're not in the business at all of selling animals?
Someday. So, I mean, I sell isopods. That's kind of how I supplement my hobby. I'm going to be 100% honest with you.
That's what I was going to ask earlier. You said you feed these big lizards insects, and I've had big lizards that eat insects, and I know the struggle is real. Are you breeding them? Are you sourcing out?
Dubias,
so you are breeding dubias.
Got them by the thousands.
Gotcha. Well, that you would. I assumed you were breeding, but I just wanted to clear that up because that were wondering, like me. I'm sure somebody out there had to have been wondering how he's feeding that big ass Savannah monitor pretty much insect diet. You know what I mean? Because most people are not fucking doing that, bro. Like most people and the only reason they're not, and I think the only reason people don't do it, I don't think it's because they don't like their animal or they don't want the best. It's because of convenience. And let's be honest, you can go to the damn grocery store and get a turkey neck and feed your monitor. I try to feed I do feed my monitor chicken, wings, but I give it the bone and everything, but it's outside, so that's its calcium, right? But the thing is it's convenience. For me, if I had to feed my monitor dubias or roaches in general, I would have to feed like 50 at a fucking time, if not more than that.
It depends on your species,
Depending on the species,
definitely. If you got something bigger like what you're talking about, you're gonna have to feed a lot. But that's one of the beauty about Savannah monitors is monitors in general, reptiles, you don't really need to feed them as much as most people think. That's why you have all these obese beauties and obese Savannah monitors, bro. A football monitor, you see them all the time.
I know it's sad. It really is sad.
And a lot of it has to do with like, what's up, man? A lot of it has to do with lack of proper heat, and the fact that they are pushing mammal protein into them constantly as a staple diet. If they're not getting that heat, they can't metabolize that stuff. If they're not getting that heat, they're not going to be running around either.
That's what we were talking about, that 160, 140 hot spot. That's crazy, right? But if you don't give that to them, I've learned firsthand with my monitor, it will slow them down, and you'll see it. If you don't make that correction or talk to the right people, then you will fail. And it's just because of bad influence, I guess, bad information. And look, it's hard to say because I don't think people are doing shit on purpose, right? I think that it's just bad. It's not bad intentioned. It's just misinformation, but your misinformation could kill your animal. I mean, like we said, who the hell would think that your monitor needs at 160? It gets 100 degrees in the hot spot from the sunshine, but I still have to supplement it with a fucking heat emitter.
Mm-hmm.
It's outside, but yeah, because I don't live in fucking Thailand or Asia or wherever the fuck the animals are.
Aren't you using like a heat panel, or are you using like the ceramic heat emitter? What are you?
I use the heat emitter, the ceramic.
The ceramic, yeah. So you're getting the light still, but you're still supplementing for that extra little
heat
you need, you know.
Yeah, I have the UVB and the UV. I have the full spectrum from the sunshine. That's why, like your bearded dragons, you notice the difference when you put them out there. You know,
they're different animals when they go outside, dude.
Everything.
I can tell you the colors is a big difference. Like even my normal bearded dragon, when she was inside, she looked like base normal. When you put her outside, and I show them to a lot of my buddies that keep theirs outside, they're like, "Holy shit, that thing's got orange in it, it's got red in it. What the fuck?" You know? Yeah, the colors are insane.
People say, you know, it's weird. It was a thing I had to try to figure out in my mind for the longest time. People say that your lizard or your animal or whatever it is, when you put it outside, it'll go crazy, right? And it'll get defensive and aggressive and shit. But check it. My monitor, when it was inside, was more defensive and aggressive than it is outside.
Yeah.
And I don't understand that myth. I don't know if it's a thing for people.
I can tell you what it is. I can tell you. I figured it out, dude. I
think it's the size of the enclosure.
It's the light, bro.
The light.
Think about it. I'm like, I could be wrong, but this is
sunlight's wearing them out too. It's actually the sunlight's giving them it's wearing them out too. Put it that way. Compared to being inside and using
their body work. Yeah,
right.
Making their body work
and everything.
You also gotta remember that their eyes aren't like ours. Like
no,
their eyes do not work the same as our eyes do. When you put an animal like that in full spectrum lighting, natural lighting, because I don't care how much money you spend on your lights. I don't care what combination of lights you do. You will never replicate the sun.
Never.
Ever. So when you put an animal outside and it's getting hit with that sunlight, it's literally seeing the world in a whole new light, bro. Like, no pun intended. It's seeing the world in a whole new light.
Well, that's what people say is the reason why they act crazy. But what I'm saying is even with my iguana, I had an iguana. It was a blue iguana. Mm-hmm. But a green iguana, but blue. It confuses a lot of people when I say blue iguana, so I have to make that clear.
Yeah.
And but yeah, it acted fucking nuts.
Oh yeah.
When I put it out there. But when I put it outside, and but my monitor just, it's like, okay, for instance, that night, remember Justin when I had it?
I didn't know, like growing up, but like ours had the choice to go inside the house and go hang out in the screen and patio room, more or less. So literally during the day when I wanted to go hang out in the screen and patio, it'd be on my mom's little back patio, those little outdoor.
And y'all was a wild card, I imagine, in the 90s.
Probably then, yeah. I would say, yeah, talking in the 90s for sure. When I was in high school, middle school, you know. So, and he got to be huge. I mean, you're talking, that was a big ass iguana.
Oh yeah, my dad's iguana in the 90s was Godzilla, and it was every bit of 6.5 foot long, bro. A male, big male. We had to build an enclosure outside for it.
I believe
it was so big.
My mom got a dog, you know, like the fluffy dog beds that you can get from the pet store. She got one of those and hung the lamp from the ceiling all the way down, and it kind of hovered over the dog bed. And he'd go chill on his little bed and just sit there.
Oh, they're dope, bro. They're dope.
That's all. And literally, she had bowls on her ground. It was like a dog running around the house half the time.
Yeah.
Kind of like what Bubba's like.
That's what I was gonna say. That's probably like how you were talking about your lizard does.
We had the tile floor, so if he pooped, she would just go pick it up, or I would pick it up, you know.
Have y'all seen that video? I think it's actually a Savannah monitor. I think it is, of that monitor shitting in that fucking kitchen. It goes in that kitchen and it shits and it fucking explodes on the wall and everything, bro. Yeah. And that woman, she automatically starts like, ugh, because that smell, that we were talking about.
It hits you.
But,
Dude, that's why mine's potty trained. That's why mine's potty trained.
So you can fucking
You can do it, yes.
Do
It can be done.
See, we never made it that far. Our potty training for our Tegu was put it in the tub before we let it get in the bed with you.
Yeah.
And it would always shit in that warm water with that massage setting hitting its back. Right there behind its cloaca.
Resist.
If I know I got kids coming over, or if I know I'm going to take my tortoises to an educational setting, I usually soak them in warm water, and the tortoises will poop. So that way, like if my guests come over or I'm at a school, they're not pooping on the kids or the guests. So I know what you mean. I do the same thing.
Smart.
They will go too. They will go in that water. Like, okay, my water monitor, every time I clean its water trough out, it's got this big ass fucking water thing. Every time I clean it out, when I'm in the process, it gets in there while I'm squirting it and wants me to squirt its hind end so it can shit.
That was pretty funny.
I swear. I'm not joking.
I say it's kind of just like the pigs on the farm. I go clean that water trough out, and as soon as I pull off and look out the rearview mirror, they're fucking jumping their asses right in there. They're shit and piss all up in it. Like, you assholes, I ain't even fucking turning around and giving you fresh water.
They love it, dude. So, do you have anything coming up that you're looking forward to doing, like show-wise, or
Oh yeah, dude. A buddy of mine, he runs a podcast called Gecko Exchange Radio or a network. He's doing a show here in Phoenix in October. I'm gonna be doing that one with him. I'm always looking forward to the Tucson show here in Arizona. That's one of the bigger ones. I'm gonna be doing a show in September in Dallas with some of my buddies. That'll be fun. But honestly, man, I'm just looking forward to just learning new shit this year. Like when I started my podcast last year, I was kind of in my own little world. Then I started to reach out to new people, started talking to different people, started getting into group chats and learning so much, dude. I've talked to some of the coolest people. I like some of the coolest people. I've talked to venomous keepers. I've talked to falconers. That's really the big thing that I'm looking forward to, man, is just learning more this year, like talking to more people, growing the hobby hanger community, because it's been a blast, man. It's been an absolute blast. And then anything, look at that cute little pupper.
That motherfucker heard pig and he came in here and started snorting.
That's wiggly.
That's funny.
His name's Lucifer. He's a little shithead.
But no, as far as
the hobby hanger. So the hobby hanger, man. We didn't touch on that. I want to before we run out of time. What is the hobby hanger and how can people find it? What is it all about?
Okay, so the Hobby Hanger is basically a podcast that is all about hobbies. I really don't care what your hobby is. You could be a cigar enthusiast. We've had one of those. We've had a falconer on the show. We've had guys that are into Warhammer and tabletop gaming.
That's cool, man.
We've had a musician on the show. Lots of reptile people, because I'm a reptile guy and I'm in charge of scheduling. So, of course, I'm going to show some love to my peoples. But we're always looking for new stuff, man. Like it basically, as long as you're not the guy that walks into the Whole Foods store, you know what I'm saying, and walks up into the cheese aisle and starts farting. Yeah, it starts farting in the cheese aisle and then laughing at all the snooty people when they start like commenting on how great the cheese smells. As long as you're not that dude, you have a stage to stand on my show. You know,
I would probably laugh though, dude. I would probably laugh.
No, there's not too many of us that wouldn't, truth be told. But yeah, so, man,
so what's that on, like the platforms?
Yeah, you can find us on Patreon. We do a lot of cool promos for Patreon subscribers. We got a little tier list on there, but there's still lots of free content. You can find us on Spotify. You can find us on iTunes. But all kinds of platforms you can find us on. I think you can find us on iHeartRadio too. But we are starting to move to YouTube pretty soon. As was mentioned at the beginning of this, you guys are doing what I want to do, and I'm doing something that you guys want to do.
Yep.
So we'll make it work out.
That was our goal kind of this year. We're going to try to get on the iTunes, and then Spotify. It seems like it's not too I didn't think about that one too much, but that actually is a good one too.
And iHeartRadio, all of those, and that's the thing, right? The more reach you can get to get whatever message it is that you want to get across, even if 2 people listen to it or none, it's out there and it's out there forever. And that's why I like doing it.
Got a Pink Panther.
Yeah, that's our 2%, buddy. Sammy, what's up, man? Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So what time does that happen? Is it a scheduled thing where y'all do it regularly, like on a certain day?
Usually we like to release episodes on Mondays. Just recently we released a bonus episode that we kind of just threw out there into the wind to see if people liked it. We called it the smoking section of the Hobby Hangar, where it was just me, Miranda, and Carrot just sitting on the back patio bullshitting. And they are the other team members of the Hobby Hangar. Miranda's our tech wizard producer. She's also in charge of a lot of the social media stuff that we do, and she does all of the cover art and animations that we're going to start putting out as well. That's something we're going to start doing this year. Is when we get onto YouTube, she's going to take some of the stories that we get from the people we interview, and she animates them out. So there's little stick figures and shit acting out the story.
That's pretty funny. That's look. Don't say no more because somebody might steal that, and that's amazing.
It's pretty.
You take that and you fucking run with it because that is amazing.
If you're interested in it, like if you're like, well, that sounds cool, go check out our Patreon because there's a little sneak peek of it on our Patreon. So if you want to check that out, go look at it, man.
I'll tell you what, I'll after the show. If I don't do it tonight, I'll do it tomorrow for sure. But I'll send you the link to the RWO chat because I would definitely like you. I mean, even if you don't talk in the RWO chat, I would like you to drop the link to all of your shit. Every show because a lot of times I'll be at work and I can't watch something, but I can listen to it.
Yeah.
So I would definitely enjoy that.
Yeah, dude, we have really cool conversations. A lot of the times, if it goes over like 2 hours or an hour, we'll take that interview and we'll split it up to sections as well, like part 1 and part 2. So you can listen to an hours long interview of someone talking about their Warhammer hobby, and then the next week, the next episode will come out and you can listen to part 2 of their stuff. And usually we talk about the hobby in the first episode, and in the second episode in part 2 we usually get into more of the mental health side of the hobby, and that's something cool. we haven't touched on yet. So
that's cool that you do that. I think more people need to touch on shit like that, especially be aware of it.
Yeah, especially in this day and age, bro. Like, look around. That's what got me into this hobby, into the reptile hobby, was my mental health. I needed something that would just like ground me, bro.
Well, maybe in the future we'll definitely have to have a mental health episode. I've been wanting to do a mental health episode for a while, just strictly on that.
I have the perfect person for you, dude.
Have like maybe 4 or 5 people on, and
I have the perfect person for you, bro. I promise. I got the. Oh, bro, that episode was a turning point episode for me. Her name's Jen Black. Big sister. Shout out, big sister. Love you. I'm just gonna go into her story real quick. She's a 9/11 survivor.
Wow.
Now oh yeah, dude. She was in Tower 2. She was in Tower 2. So when Carrot and I booked the show, we wanted to get her on the show because she runs a magazine called Soar. It's a reptile related magazine. It's a digital magazine. You can get it online, and you can go on Facebook and find it. I approached her and asked her to come on the show so we could talk about her magazine and some of her reptiles. Carrot and I never did not plan to have her share her 9/11 story when she came onto the show. So when she came on and she started sharing that story with us, like, our reactions were genuine. The first 20 minutes of the episode, bro, I'm muted. I barely talk the first 20 minutes of the first episode because I'm sitting there fucking crying, bro. I'm man enough to admit it. I don't give a fuck. I was sitting there crying, listening to this woman pour her heart out to us because she had the trust in us and she believed in the message that we were trying to put out with our show. How much mental health is important and how this hobby can help you. That she was willing to share her story with us, bro. I was just sitting there in tears. And she goes deep into it, bro. There's one point in her story where she's sitting there and she's like, I saw things that no human being should ever see because there's bodies dropping from those things.
So that's something that, for instance, that's something that's online always that people can go to Spotify.
Oh yeah, you can go on Apple.
See, that's what I want. I want the links to that. That's why I want to add you, because I would love to listen
happy
to
to.
shit like that.
I'm
That'd
happy.
be
Yeah,
awesome.
I'm happy to make that happen for you.
And more, and it would get more people involved in that. That would be awesome.
Yep, dude. Like the mental health aspect of the show is honestly probably it is the most important aspect of the show. If we're gonna be
That's
honest,
why I drank so much, because I'm depressed.
That's something that I like to talk about too. So you have positive hobbies, right? You have the hobbies that help you heal you, right? Like this hobby of ours, it heals us.
Like medicine.
Yeah, and then there's other hobbies. What I like to call them leech hobbies, where like if your hobby is all you do is you just go out and party and drink. Let's think about the facts. I'm not shitting on you. I'm not shitting on you. Hey, to each their own. Live and let live, brother. You do you. If that's what you want to do all day, have at it. But let's be real. Let's be honest. Okay? Let's be honest. What is that doing for you? Is going out and drinking and partying all the time, is that a hobby? Is that really, really help? Like
no, that's an addiction.
Yeah. And then on top of that, it's just sucking your wallet dry. If you're gonna suck your wallet dry, go buy a fuck ton of snakes. You're gonna be a lot happier if you're a guy like me, dude. Like, let's be real. Let's be real. Because
I've heard of a lot of drug addicts like doing drugs and dope. Like they would transfer that addiction for reptiles. I have definitely heard that a lot.
I've heard it a lot too, bro, especially running a show like I do. I've talked to listeners of my show. I've ran into listeners of my show, and they're like, listen, dude, let me tell my story real quick. Or I've had people like message me like, hey, man, let me tell you my story real quick. They'll tell me about their addiction or their struggles with alcohol, and they'll tell me how the reptile hobby has saved them, bro. The reptile hobby saves so many of us in so many different ways, bro. You know what I love about going to reptile shows? When you walk into a reptile show anywhere in the country, you see people from all walks of life. You see all different kinds of people. All different kinds. No matter what your race, religion, or creed, political affiliation, I don't give a fuck, bro. Everybody's there. And you want to know what the most beautiful part of that is? Everybody's there for the same reason, because they all love the hobby. They all love the reptiles. There, granted, are a few people there that think it's just a cheap zoo that they can take their grandkids or niece and nephew to. There's those people.
Well, at least they're interested.
There. Yeah,
they're interested. Everybody go to that link right there. So I don't know what that is, but click it.
Yeah,
and
this is Jin's Instagram. Yeah.
Okay, it was gin, like the drink, so I didn't put two and two together.
Yep, Jim Black. She's amazing. Find her on Facebook too.
Hell yeah! And everybody needs to hit up Sweet Tea. What is it? 420.
Sweet Tea _480.
Oh, 480. Okay, I thought it was 420.
Look up the Hobby Hanger podcast on Netflix or on Netflix.
It's on Netflix. The new drop in 2027.
I've been watching too much Stranger Things. No, we're on Instagram and we're on Facebook. So follow the Hobby Hanger on Instagram and Facebook as well. You can find us there.
That made him think of Netflix. It's the new Tiger Kings season 3.
Jesus,
my.
But hell yeah, well, we're at that point. We don't really like to go too long. Other people's got podcasts going on, and we all have lives.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm definitely going to have you back, man.
Dude, I'd be happy to. It'd be an honor.
Yeah,
it's been a blast.
Like I said, I want to get that episode going, and we'll all figure that out, and we'll get some good topics and stuff. That'll be fun.
I'd be happy.
Well, not fun. It'll kind of be. It'll honestly probably be depressing, but it's good to do that. It's good to do that sometimes.
Well, when Jin's episode kind of sounds depressing, like when I was explaining it earlier, especially when I said I was crying the first 20 minutes. No, listen, because it's a 3-parter, because that was the longer episode. Listen to all 3 parts.
It is like a Netflix docuseries.
Yeah, it's a 3-parter, that one. But like there'll be parts where you'll be laughing your ass off, and there'll be parts where you'll be crying. Like it's a roller coaster, but it's a great episode to listen to. And honestly, if you're a first-time listener, it's a great introductory episode, because it represents what we want to do with our show very well.
Somebody send this man the link to the RWO chat, because we definitely got to check out this podcast, man.
Come on.
I'm excited. I'm excited because I was looking for it. Honestly, I've been looking for it, but I don't have Spotify and all that, but I could download it, obviously. But I just never had it. So it gave me a reason to download. But I do have a heart radio. So maybe if it is on there, I could listen to it on there. But mainly I think you can just click the link. And you know, the RWO, we're all about sharing links and shit. So we'll get that shit out there for sure, man.
Yeah, sure. I'll do a Spotify and a Apple Podcast radio link. We'll get it done. We'll get it figured out.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, we'll listen to it for sure. We're gonna listen to it, and we're gonna have you back, and we're gonna talk about some crazy shit next time, some deep shit, I guess. And Justin, what do you want to tell everybody? Oh, that was weird.
Phone's ringing. That's probably what it is.
It is. My phone's off the camera, so
that was crazy.
Sorry about that.
Well, it's like I tell everybody in the chats, thank you guys for coming out. We couldn't do it without you guys. Tristan, it was awesome meeting you, man. It was definitely a pleasure meeting you. Learn about your monitors, man. You got so much. You got Honduran milk snakes over there.
Bro, he's got weird shit. Man.
I do.
You got fucking worm snakes and shit, you know. So
fun stuff, man.
It was definitely a pleasure meeting you, man. It's definitely. You're going to be in RWO chat now, so you're going to be part of the family, so you get to see all of us. That's another pleasant one, too. So
I'm excited,
you get to see all of us and probably even can hop on a live on a Thursday with us as well.
I'm down. Yeah.
Get you out there some more YouTubes with us, for sure.
Always happy to do it.
And I ain't got no spiels, so they ain't getting no speed humps. And I told y'all get something new.
Well, you better figure it out before we make it to 2027. You better get your new spiel down pat, okay? Because it's coming. We got to have it. We need it.
Everybody wants some speed humps. Look, y'all should have been over the speed humps last year.
They can always go and catch those replays. I encourage you to catch the replays. If you were tuning in late to the show, you can always just click your thing and go.
Kind to one another. That's what it's going to be. Be kind to one another. That's what it's going to be, for sure. Be kind to one another.
Be kind. Well, I got to tell everybody, like Justin said, be kind and pleasant. I say fuck that. I say kick somebody in the face if they deserve it, and live your life, motherfucker. Metal as shit. No, seriously, but thanks everybody for coming out, man. Y'all fucking kick ass every fucking Saturday. We are, just so everybody knows and is aware, we are going to start this year. We're taking the last Saturday of every month off. You know what I'm saying? We like to enjoy our lives too. You know what I'm saying? So be aware. Don't get all butthurt and choo-chooed out. Okay. We love all of y'all. Everybody on Instagram. Next time, I expect to see all of y'all on YouTube. Links in the bio.
If we get a wild hair and we do it, though, you know, it'd probably be like an open panel or some shit.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm not saying it ain't going to never happen. So be sure to hit that bell.
Right.
Because you never know. RWO for life.